Hey, yo.
That sounded crazy. As soon as I said it, I hated that. I hated that statement.
The circle's 100%. How much percent of that is your looks versus
jokes and
your jokes and stuff?
What do you mean?
How's that?
You can't argue that.
What is nerd attire?
Like you just
I thought I dressed like a lesbian.
Nerd. If just by way of dress changes your demeanor, which changes the delivery of your jokes,
Yep.
is that not a significant impact? Regardless of whether
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Even though it was like a 1 degree change down the road, it had a
it's butterfly
significant-
effect. Yeah. Let's get into another weekly segment we do here called Poll Results, ladies and gentlemen. Every Monday on my Instagram social media feed and on the community tab right here on YouTube, we post an interactive poll question. We let you guys vote and we discuss the results here on the podcast. And this week's poll question was, how big a factor is a comedian's physical appearance to their success? And the options were significant, some influence, but not much, minimal, or none at all. And before we get to the results, what do you vote on here?
Question. What is the difference between some influence and minimal?
So I see this as like a meter. 100%, 75, 50, 25.
Zero?
Okay. Well, then, okay. So then significant, I would say 75 to 100.
Okay.
We'll just cap it as that. But you see, and then zero would be like 0 to 25. Well, 0, period.
Yes, it'd have to be.
And then the other ones would be 25 and then
to 50.
say 50 to 75.
I would say physical appearance.
Minimal is essentially just above none.
Yeah, but some influence is also just above none.
Well, shut up. Some influence, but not much. Man, shut up.
That's not even a lot.
You know what's funny is this one was given to me by the friggin' Mr. Algorithm. So
Your Tesla bot.
Yeah, yeah. Now I gotta go reconfigure his brains.
Hey, yo.
That sounded crazy. As soon as I said it, I hated that. I hated that statement. I hated that statement. I'm talking about computer, rewiring a computer. Ugh, I'm gonna edit that one out. I'm gonna have to leave that one.
Man.
I'm getting lightheaded. That was awful.
That's crazy.
But yeah. So what do you think?
It has some influence,
But not much.
yeah.
Let's say more than 50 or less than 50%.
Less than 50, because comedians come in all shapes and sizes. So it's not like
you don't think appearance plays a factor in success?
It plays some influence.
Very little though. You would say like 25%.
It has an effect, but I'm not just because physical appearance is not just like your body type. Like some people, they dress.
It's how you dress. It's
Just how you, if you're kept clean shaven or whatever, there's some influence. Now, like, this is why I had to ask what is some influence and what is minimal, right? Because they're pretty similar.
Minimal would be 25%. Some is 50 to
below.
75. And significant is 75 and above.
It plays some influence.
So okay, so you're saying around 50%.
I would say 25 to 50%. Because the rest of it is...
I think it's so much deeper than people see. I feel like a lot of people view it that way, but I think it's so much deeper because like the art of comedy is all psychological, bro.
Yes.
Like your presence speaks volumes before you say a word.
Yes.
So how is that not a major impact on how the people view you? Maybe
Talking about success.
Yeah, but that's how the people view you will factor into your success.
Yeah, but if that would mean that all the most beautiful people would always be.
Why is it beautiful? In comedy, it's actually less that way.
That's why I said some.
But they look disheveled or they look not beautiful or whatever, which is a factor in their success. You ever heard when a person loses their fat, they lose their funny?
I've heard that.
I've seen it.
Okay.
My friends like to say it happened to Chappelle. Some of my friends.
When he lost his fat?
When he lost his skinny, like either you're skinny and you're hilarious or you're fat and you're hilarious, but like muscular doesn't work typically.
Okay.
Or like, super hot or whatever because it's distracting or whatever.
Yeah, so it has some. I'm not going to say it's
I think it's more than 25. I think it's
25 to 50. It's in that range. I give it like 30%.
I think it's a significant impact.
Okay.
Because for me personally,
Yeah.
I think it's so subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to remember that everything is
A
psychological.
significant subtle impact.
Yes, because a subtle impact can still have significance. So what I mean by subtle is like it's a subconscious thing that is playing in your mind.
Yes.
You're forming opinions based on people or of people based on how they look.
Yes.
Whether you're doing it consciously or subconsciously, it's happening.
Yeah.
And that will play a huge factor in how the jokes are perceived.
Okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
Say there's a 100% circle, right?
Okay.
The circle's 100%. How much percent of that is your looks versus
jokes and
your jokes and stuff?
Ooh, that's a better way of breaking it down.
Well, that's how I'm seeing it. Because if you're saying it's
like if
75%
if this is a creative character essentially, and you have so many skill points,
exactly.
You got 10 skill points to put in.
100% is success.
Yeah.
So if you're specking 75 into your looks, you're not gonna have jokes.
That's a great way. Yeah, my guy, that was great. Yeah, that was great. I don't know why, but that worked for my brain perfectly.
That's why it has some, but I can't say it's significant. I can't say it's more than 50% because
But wait though, because there are instances where a person's look is what carries them, like into a person's like I'm not saying they don't have the jokes to back up the look.
Yes,
but I'm saying someone like a Gallagher.
I don't know who that is,
nigga. White bald mustache guy, like long hair on the side, bald on the top, mustache guy with suspenders, rainbow suspenders. It was like a look.
Yes.
Or okay, it would use the mallet. He would smash the watermelon at the end of his sets.
I do know.
You know of that thing.
Yeah,
you know of him.
Iron Man.
Yeah. It's in what?
Iron Man 2.
You friggin' nerd.
Because they throw watermelons like, let's bring on the Gallagher, and then he blows up the watermelon.
So how did you even know what they were referencing?
I know the Gallagher smashes a watermelon.
But in that instance, you didn't know what you were seeing.
I still don't know what Gallagher looks like. I just know Gallagher smashes watermelon.
Who's another one that would be by look? I mean, I would say Chappelle's look when he was coming up was so iconic. That skinny, yeah. And then when he got buff, it did change the dynamic of how people perceive him. I straight up have friends say he's not funny as a muscular dude.
Was his look more important, or was it his jokes?
It's hard to separate because this is what I'm saying. It's all like
it's all part of the pie.
So how? Yeah, okay. So what percentage of the pie? I don't know. Because I think that was a significant impact on his or a significant factor in his initial impact. The skinny, played such a huge role in making his good jokes that much funnier. I would argue. I mean, and for me, for sure, that was a thing. I know for my homies growing up, that was a thing. And some of my homies that I still talk to from growing up, like I keep saying, literally say he got muscular. Like I've heard a lot of people say joked Chappelle's not funny compared to
skinny Chappelle.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can make those whatever.
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy who's in freaking Vegas. Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Red hair.
Yes.
With the gap between his teeth and stuff. It's like an iconic look.
Yeah.
That plays into.
Yeah, his name is Carrot Top.
So how is that not? See what I mean? It's hard to be. Every creative character is different.
I get it, but
I think it's you have to be in tune with who you are. Some people aren't people that have a sense of style or that even know how to project that. Yes. So it wouldn't work for them. But for someone like
I'm not saying it doesn't play a factor.
I know.
I said somewhat.
I know, but a counter, I'm giving a counter to your pie chart scenario or whatever, like breaking it down by numbers. It's an individual thing.
Everyone has a different set of numbers.
There's no one character skill set.
No, I understand.
Yeah. Like I give you this character build on, you become successful.
No, but I'm saying, if you were to look at it, right, is it, because significant would have to be more than half of the pie chart. At least 51.
See, okay, I propose a different way of looking at it.
Okay.
Because I think it's almost unfair to base it off like a video game spec, like creating a character. Because I think there would have to be different circles or different like things that you would rate individually
Okay.
that then maybe get averaged out
Well,
to create your
so obviously there's more to it. I've only put in the two factors of jokes and looks, but
Yeah.
as you're saying, there is more, which would take up more of that pie.
the more I like it's I don't know how exactly to get it across, but there is 100% an importance into creating a look
Yes.
along with the jokes and the presence and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's for me. I guess I would have to say they're equally as important. So if you were to do the overlapping circles, the Venn diagram,
Yes.
it would just be one circle, bro. I would say they're all as important because you can't get into the minutia of which is as important. You just have to figure out the best of you in each department, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What is the best look for you that matches your best jokes, that matches your best stage presence, that matches.
Yes. So you're saying that's why it's a significant.
I think so, man.
Okay.
I really do. And I mean, I have seen it. Again, when I say I've tested everything, bro, I've tested everything. Like,
Yep.
and there was a point in my career where I was just really like when I was younger, at 22, I was really just experimenting with my style and stuff. Like off stage and on stage. And the more I honed in on who I was and displaying that on my body with my clothes, the better I was able to get my stuff across.
Yeah.
Because it
Maybe
didn't
that's
mishmash.
why my 50th set was so good, because I was dressed up as West Side Gun.
But you do go up there nerdy most of the time. Like you're just basic nerd attire.
What?
What do you mean?
How's that
You can't
nerd?
argue that.
What is nerd attire?
Like you just
I thought I dressed like a lesbian.
nerd. Clip that. But no, you know, like you. But do you see what I mean? It's the night that you put thought into it. All of a sudden, and we can't say that it's because.
No, I know. I'm just.
But we can't also say that it's not because.
Yeah. It did play some
It-
factor.
And it changed your demeanor. You played into the character.
Yeah.
I'm
A
sure.
little bit.
I saw the clips, right?
Yeah.
Like you showed me the set. So
Yeah.
you definitely like, you showed up on stage with the West Side. Bo, 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 like,
What the fuck?
so how does that not have a significant, if just by way of dress changes your demeanor, which changes the delivery of your jokes,
Yep.
is that not a significant impact? Regardless of whether,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
You know what I
because
mean?
That little, even though it was like a 1 degree change, down the road it had a
it's
significant-
butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That 1 degree changed
Yep.
everything. So
Yeah.
now nothing is the same as
Yeah.
it would have been.
Okay.
You know
I
what I
see
mean?
that. Yeah.
I literally
So I guess,
sometimes
yeah,
think, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna wear this tonight, and for whatever reason, it's just like I'm conveying the energy of whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see how that would make it more significant.
This is a good one. This is one of my favorite ones in a while, bro. I like this one a lot. But yeah. So
Damn.
do you still stick with some?
Because we're playing what makes you successful. So, okay, if you have a unique look, chances are you're going to be more successful.
Correct.
Right? Like, I have this idea. And
We still have to do UFC.
I know. This is, I'm
What's our
short.
time?
107.
Okay.
You still got another 40 minutes.
No.
No. But have you noticed that people with interesting necks get super famous?
I mean, not specifically.
No, but you know that no neck Jay,
Oh, okay, yeah.
because he's got no neck.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know.
He's got success.
And I guess that Daddy Long Legs guy,
Long
that white,
neck.
yeah, long neck guy.
And then the infamous wide neck.
Oh my god,
That's their look.
that's weird.
I'm
I'm
just
sure it
saying.
plays some sort
Hey.
of yeah.
I don't think they'd be popular if they had regular necks.
But what are you going with? You started out minimal. You said
No.
25 to 50.
Yeah.
So
So
you
25 to 50 is some influence.
Okay.
Minimal is 1 to 25, and then none at all is 0.
Okay.
So I would say some influence, but not much. But after this back and forth, I think a 1 degree of change is significant
It's
enough to
significant.
change everything.
Exactly.
So I would have to go significant.
You got to open your third eye on these conversations, bro. This is how deeply we think about the comedy stuff. Yeah. So how big a factor is a comedian's physical appearance to their success? The options were significant, some influence, but not much, minimal, and none at all. And the results are 29, 29, and 29% for significant, some, and minimal, and then 14% for none at all. That's wild that people would think that there's no significance. But see, I feel like this is a hard one, bro.
Yeah, but also because
maybe I should have just done percentage points instead of the
maybe. But like for instance, somebody could just go in black t-shirt, black jeans.
That's the traditional comedy look, is all black.
Yeah, and just
That's
go
like
straight jokes.
Your OGs will tell you go up in all black, or at least like the classic ones.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it is putting the focus on just
on the jokes. But then again, all black is part of the appearance.
Correct. Like
unless you're a ghost, or
like
something.
the people I would say that stick out the most would be like a Carlin. Carlin was an all black guy.
Okay.
Louis C.K. I can think of immediately as an all black guy. I can't think of any others
Bird?
immediately.
He's all black.
No, Bird.
He
Was in like a bright blue hoodie on the one that was outdoors. Anyways, he's hosting SNL after the elections. That's probably gonna make me watch SNL for the first time this year. But yeah, that's this week's poll results. Yeah. Interesting that they were that. But do you see how much back and forth we had just trying to figure this out? No, this is a tough one.
Yeah, because I think these are. You have to figure out how to distinguish this one a little bit.
Yeah,
like minimal and some, because some is more than zero.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
But significant is that 51st degree.
Correct.
So yeah.
So yeah, get in on the poll questions, ladies and gentlemen. Every Monday on the community tab on YouTube and on my Instagram story feed. But that'll wrap it up for poll results this week.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10 and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So like if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.